if it's like an officer-friendly thing, the state's going to come in and look. This is what we do, and we're training and helping out, and that's good. But if it's going to be because the state might be a little rougher than an Orange Police.
So could you investigate with your contact to see exactly how the program works, how they do it? Do they do it before school, after school? They do it during school when the kids will be in the classroom, or what is the process? So this way we can have a little bit more information.
Okay, and I'll report out in March. Is that okay?
Is that all right? Whatever, just to get more information to at least to investigate it.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing is the board would like more information, more details.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions for Dr. O'Malley? Board committees, board policies he's coming today, correct?
Yeah, Brian Zump from the Illinois Association of School Boards is supposed to be here at 8 o'clock.
So we'll put that, we'll push that down until he gets here. Buildings and grounds.
Buildings and grounds. Good evening, everyone. We met this evening. A couple of things that we discussed, obviously, in light of what has happened in Florida. I know that Patter, our buildings and grounds director, met with our building principals or committee that is related to safety, and they talked about some things, and we're just so everybody knows that safety also falls under the communications committee, and I'm going to go and jump into that really quick because we talked about that at our last communications meeting as well. So safety has definitely been a topic of conversation, not only in the buildings and grounds committee, but also on the communications. So we're working through some different levels of communication, kind of like a red, green, yellow type of communication piece. If God forbid we ever had to go down into a lockdown, what levels would those be categorized, red, yellow, and how do we disseminate that information to the community and to parents? Gallagher Bassett, our insurance company, will be doing a walk through the building. They're going to be looking for more physical and hazard type of things, and they're supposed to be doing that in March. We had somewhat of a mild weather. We had some snow. We've gone through a good amount of salt. We've gone through about 200 bags of salt. Patter and the team have done a good job of making sure that the parking lot and sidewalks have been cleaned for everybody to navigate through. As part of the move, there were some things that we still have to complete, and one of them is installing a airphone device where the K through 4 building on the north end of the building, where the gates for grades 2 through 4 enter and exit the building. So that'll be something that we will announce to the board at next month's meeting, so we can move forward with getting that piece of the security for that part of the building done in March. Student absences have been down at both buildings. Cleaning crew is doing a much better job, so it's a testament to it was, with changing the cleaning staff, we've been able to keep our attendance in the buildings at a good rate. Patter is also going to be working with ComEd to do a facility study to see where we're compliant and non-compliant. We had a boiler repair. We had what seemed, in our opinion, like could be a major issue, but with the help of one of our community members on our buildings and grounds team, he looked at the boiler and the seal, and it looks like it's a normal wear and tear. So the boiler has been tuned and primed, so we should have no issues. We had an elevator repair that was just done, and Patter is also going to work on a grant to present to the Norwood Park Township for our damaged lawn and winter equipment. So that's all we have.
Any questions for buildings and grounds?
Yes, I have one. Has there been any progress, or where do we sit with the current smoke detector situation in the classroom? Are we holding out? Is there any progress in that? Are we looking for funds?
We are looking for funds. Patter did have some bids out there that we're looking at, and there are some issues. Gallagher Bassett Insurance, when they come out here, the insurance company, we're also going to get an opinion from the regarding what we need and where too. So,
Thanks, Mike.
Any other questions?
Which building had the boiler issues?
It was at Lee.
Lee.
Any other questions? Thank you. Communications.
Okay, well, the Communications Committee met last week. We also discussed safety at length. It's definitely a topic that's near and dear to all our hearts. This was before the Florida incident, of course, but we, like I said earlier, we're looking at implementing a red, yellow, green type of communication plan that will, we would disseminate to families in the community. We want to get more information from our village police department to kind of know what's going on in the community. If there's ever any incidences at the mall while kids are in school, to let us know immediately. And if we need to do a soft lockdown or a hard lockdown, I mean, that's all determined based on whatever incident is going on in the community. What else did we talk about, Jen?
Well, and how that information would be communicated to the community, whether it be not just to the parents, but to the community at large, whether it would be through text messages or emails or through the village, so that we're not just reaching the parents, but we're reaching the community so that everyone's aware of what's going on.
So, as we're working with one of our community members who's taken the lead on putting some just general information together, and then just kind of seeing what some of our neighboring school districts are doing in retrospect to those types of emergencies. And stay tuned. We've got hopefully some good stuff to communicate. We're also going to be communicating an infographic on the $9 million. That still comes up in the community. No matter how many times it was communicated, everybody still wonders where that $9 million went. So we, as a communications committee, are putting together an infographic that will truly depict where the $9 million went. So hopefully everybody will have that accurate information and we can move forward.
Any other questions? Thank you. Finance.
Nothing at the moment.
Thank you. Negotiations, we'll talk about closed session. Park District.
No more information.
Thank you. IASB delegate.
we have dinner March 6th. And I still think if you give Sarah the information, she could get it in for the dinner.
If you attend.
Yes. If you intend on attending, please give the information.
And what's the topic again?
Communicating with the transgender population.
Thank you, Mike. Any old business that we need to bring up? Public participation. Are you reading?
Okay, I just want to everybody read the rules. At each regular or special meeting which is open to the public, Illinois School Code and Board Policy require that members of the public and the Board's employees be afforded time to comment and ask questions. The Board's agenda designates this portion of the meeting to recognize those visitors and provide an opportunity for comments or to ask questions. The Board asks that speakers identify themselves and limit comments or questions to no more than 5 minutes. 5 minutes may be shortened if the President must conserve time to give the maximum number of individuals an opportunity to speak. Speakers are reminded to conduct themselves with respect and civility towards others. The Board also requests that speakers refrain from identifying individual students or staff. Speakers who choose to identify specific students or staff do so at their own risk. Please keep in mind that the opportunity to engage in public comment at a school board meeting does not insulate speakers from libel or violations of privacy. Lastly, if someone wishes to present an unresolved complaint to the board requests that you contact Dr. O'Malley. Thank you, and the board now looks forward to your questions and comments. Wow, we have a lot. I'm going to ask my confidant here to help me with the names. Trish Schultes, number 1.
All right. Good evening, Board President Radosavich, board members, Dr. O'Malley, and guests. My name is Trish Schultes. I am co-president of the Norwich Education Association for Teachers. My colleagues and I, who stand before you this evening, are speaking on behalf of our association, which is comprised of 77 dedicated and professional teachers who give so much to the district, its students, and parents each and every school day. We are your dedicated staff. We are proud of our school district and the professional services we provide. We are here this evening to shine a light on some misguided disinformation currently being circulated by the district. Disinformation that is unfair to professional teachers and seems solely designed to put us at odds with the parents and community we are dedicated to serve. Until now, we have remained respectfully silent to our administration and the Board of Education members with the hope that they, as leaders, would make the best decisions for our students and, in turn, allow us to be the professionals that we are in order to do what we do best. But we can remain silent no longer.
Thank you, Trish. Erin Savage.
My name is Erin Savage. The school board seemingly is attempting to purposefully paint us in a bad light with the public because we did not accede to open up our agreement and arbitrarily cut our wages and benefits. The board's attack on teachers is unfair and unfortunate, especially when you consider the extraordinary lengths teachers have gone to in order to make the district fiscally sound and responsible.
Keep going.
Thank you. Meg Fitzgerald.
My name is Meg Fitzgerald. The community should know that when negotiating our contract in good faith over 4 years ago, the Board of Education expressed to us an interest in extending student-teacher contact time and thus providing more opportunities for students to be with teachers. The association quickly expressed its willingness to consider this option, only then to be informed that the district would not provide adequate financial resources to fund such program.
Thank you. Mary Mustin.
Mary Mostyn. As negotiations continued and eventually approached an end, the board's negotiating committee came to us with a final, last, best compromise offer that we as professionals willingly accepted in good faith, relying on what we believe to be the thoughtful, actuarially sound, and considered fiscal projections of the school board and its administrators.
Thank you. Andrea Amato.
My name is Andrea Amato. We were told then that the board and district could afford a fair compromise offer of a 2.2% compensation increase that would extend the students' school day and ultimately compensate teachers adequately in the exchange for extension of their workday. The association, in good faith, said yes to this proposal.
Jim Gruska.
Jim Gruska.
I'm Jim Gruska. But in order to make such an offer work, in order to be able to say yes to the board's offer, the association also went to work painstakingly reworking compensation, moving funds from place to place, reordering distribution in order to fairly distribute minimum raises and make them more acceptable to our members. We reduced contributions to healthcare, insurance, and board-paid teacher education. In order to help keep salary compensation competitive with other districts, monies in these other areas were decreased over the years so that we were able to put that money toward professional salaries. In truth, in terms of time and terms, we already gave up considerably more than we received.
Stephen Vorka.
Stephen Vorka. I'd just like to make one comment. Is everybody in order?
Yes.
I think it might be more effective for you to just continue.
Yeah, I'll say their name.
Because then it doesn't break it up and I can understand the whole written. Thank you.